All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HCA 2026 No Prep. We've got Baddies of the North going up against Greyhounds here at Siegfried Line on Hurtgen Forest. Turn that chat off. We got about 30 seconds before the curtain drops, and, it's hard for me to say who really is going to win this match, but I'll tell you what. I took a quick look at the votes before this matchup started, and I would say there's probably 2-to-1 odds right now going towards Greyhounds based off the votes. 2-to-1 people think Greyhound's going to win. So we will see what happens. 5 seconds till the curtain drops. Got supplies for the Allies dropping down here below us here on the south side of the map. You can see supplies there as well for the Germans coming down. I think I turned my highlighter on. Yes, I did. I can see the trucks down there. Machine gunners on top. I see tank rounds going long range over there. Looks like they're trying to catch a hold of this truck coming across down here on the south side of the map. Don't see any rockets or anything yet. I do see, what is that? I see, you can see the tank shooting long range. Looks like 2 Stewarts charging into the point with a medium sitting long range. Did not get the truck. The truck is still safe. He's landed pretty close to them rounds, though. He's trying to get a hold of him. You've got the tank. Is that... Yes, that's the Puma. The Puma driving in. Puma making it into the point. He's got several guys loaded up into that Puma. He's looking to make it right in. Trucks driving right into each other. Anger gets the truck. Gets taken down by Avox, who clears the infantry. Technically winning that exchange, I think. I don't know if there was anybody in that truck, though. Don't know how many kills he got with that. Strafe and run coming through. It does look like the Allies are making it up into the circle. Avox pushing down into the woods here down on the south side. Do not want to let these guys get control down here. They don't want to let them push down, take control of these woods down here. That'll help. That will give them a significant advantage trying to take control of Siegfried. Germans have a little bit of the advantage here for ground. Allies actually have the circle closer to their side, but the Germans really have a ground advantage here, being able to come down through this forest. As long as they don't catch too much from Lenny's and the tank back there, that is. You can catch some long-range fire pretty bad trying to make your way down this hill. There goes the Puma. Looks like it got taken down by Gapped. Looks like Baddies of the North are the only ones in the circle right now. Greyhounds has lost all their forces except for Show here. Show has made it up, him and Bendy right next to each other. Bendy goes down before he can get a hold of him. There goes one of the starting trucks. Still got this Stewart up in here. Let's try to get a feel. Let's just take a look at the map, see where the tanks are. You've got a Luke's. He's down here in the valley. Right here by that truck. Mongo making his way up on him. You got one of the Stewarts has positioned himself behind this house here. The medium up on top of the hill as you expect. You got the P4 back here. Pretty standard positioning for the tanks. The P4 is pretty far back. Hard to really say how well he can see those tanks out there. I think he can see him. I don't know how much of a shot he's got on him or not. I don't even think I can lock onto him from here. Definitely catching rounds. Let's go ahead and put the camera over here real quick and see. I've been seeing this more and more common. The tank's taking a position in this courtyard, getting protected by this wall. You can't see down in the valley, but you can cover all the tanks up on the high ground, which is what he is doing, engaging with that medium back there. I don't know necessarily that they're going to be able to destroy each other. They're both in pretty good cover, and that P4 had an engineer over there helping him out last we looked. Let's take a look back over in the center. Greyhound still has control of this southern house, this southern complex and trench system. Very important position. If Baddies of the North can take control of this house, it will pretty much secure Siegfried for them, as then they can put flank pressure up into Greyhounds as they're trying to push through. Holding this position is great. You can't push much past it because it gets so open over here. It's not necessarily a straight line fight. You can see our 4th points is Ruin and Jacob's Barn, so kind of straight line. Ruin's a little further to the north. We'll see what happens as we get to that point, but Baddies of the North did capture the middle point some time ago. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. Baddies of the North takes control of the center point pretty quickly. Pretty big spawn in right here for Greyhounds. Looks like we got several OPs up in this trench trying to make their way down the high ground. Catching routes for the tank. Where is the medium? P4 has positioned himself behind those houses. Again, still going to have a hard time getting hits on the medium Sherman back there. The Stewart down here, on the other hand, might be a little exposed. We'll see if the P4 gets a hold of him. He might peek out to try to get him. This infantry making their way up the hill for Baddies of the North, trying to take control of these courtyards. Rockets going off into the P4. There's a spawn in. Looks like just an OP spawn. Anger right on top of this, coming around the corner. He's got the shotgun. Does not manage to get a hold of him with it, though. P4 is damaged. Looks like he's backing off just a little bit. Infantry now pushing out for Greyhounds, trying to make sure that Baddies of the North are not able to push up this hill. Trying to keep Baddies of the North down on the bottom of the hill. Baddies of the North gets another spawn in right there, just at the base of the hill, pushing up. Anger gets the shot, he kills. Satchel goes off on the house. P4 is backed off. I don't know if they're going to be able to... Don't think they're going to be able to satchel the P4. Anger narrowly surviving a tank round there. Yeah, P4 is going to have to back off. Baddies of the North does indeed take control of the compound. Let's take a look a little further north now. Baddies of the North has a pretty firm control on on Siegfried right now. Up here by Scar. Greyhound's pretty strong hold in the center. Baddies of the North starting to swing some guys around him. There is spawns in place to catch this. None of them are lighting up. They're going right through the draw. I am a little, I understand they got these spawns over here as beacons, but man, you gotta have at least one OP down in the draw. That's where you slip through. Look, well, I suppose that was a Greyhound's truck, but still, like, that's where you slip through is the draw. So you gotta watch that very closely. Of course, while that has happened, there is some cap pressure going on at Siegfried. Greyhounds has a lot of forces here by Scar. Baddies of the North feeling a little boxed into Siegfried now. They don't have a strong control here. They're getting pushed in pretty hard from the north. It's open from that side. It's going to be hard for Greyhounds to push in from that side. But they did lose control of this south courtyard. This is such a key position for Siegfried. This courtyard here and this forest down here below us. Edge of map positions are always vital. They're harder to flank. Baddies of the North making their way up the hill yet again. Hamburger Hill. Nokia goes down. Al 9000 coming around. Squad leader fight. Oh no, we got shredded by Gigadeath back there. Sitting up on the hill watching for people infiltrating. I hear that tank behind us too. Just want to take a quick look at what his field of fire really is. You see pretty much anybody who comes up and over that hill here. He's got the whole crest of this hill completely covered. Immediately catches high now Hal 9000 as he comes up and over the hill. Here comes the P4 pushing up again. Greyhounds looking to firmly take control of this position. Baddies of the North are pulling back Siegfried. Take a quick look at the map. The medium is still back here at Ruin. They've got a Greyhound back there as well. Recon has slipped behind them. These guys are right on top of each other. Azan lost the exchange. Arresto caught him. Shot him in the back. I wanted to see what was going on over there. But anyways, back over here in the center. The fight it's mostly over this southern courtyard. Baddies of the North holding pretty strong in the middle. The south flank is being contested, and up here in the north, like, yeah, Greyhounds has a pretty strong hold here around Scar, but it's so open right here, trying to get into these trenches that, you know, all these machine guns back here, Death Vice, Lenny's, like, it's almost impossible to get through there. In fact, Baddies of the North actually pushing a couple squads up that way, trying to break through up into the Scar area. If they could take control of this, maybe they could push up into the forest. This area right here. So this spot and this spot, very important positions for breaking into this forest or holding it. Always spawns there, always infantry there. Those are the hard points. Here comes Ben and Gap pushing their guys up into it. They have managed to make it up to the first trench. The hard part is done. They've made it across the water. Now let's see if they can make it out of here. It's get pretty boxed into this trench here. They're doing okay. Back over here, though. Greyhounds is broken through in the center. They're starting to push some guys down from the compound up from the south. Pushing guys up from the compound down to the south. I said that completely backwards. Stewart still anchoring down the circle. There's a lot of infantry making it in, though. Greyhounds pushing their way down the hill, completely unimpeded. Chart goes down. More spawn-ins on the OP there. Where is the garrison? No garrison. It's all the way back. Supplies coming down, trying to get the garrison back up, I think. Yes, allies supplies. So they're trying to get the garrison back up inside the circle, but they've pretty much lost control here. There's Kaiser is up in it. Will be, don't do it. Oh. Here's some shooting, but. Oh, Ben got a couple of kills. Ben cleaning out behind him. Here comes Dean. Gets a hold of Ben. Chart goes down again over on the OP. I don't know if that OP's still there. I think it is right there. Yes, it is. This Stewart's still trying to hold this down. The supplies have landed right in the middle of all the infantry here. Dean's going to run up and take it down. More spawn-ins on this OP. They're trying desperately to hold on to this. Greyhounds has complete control of the south courtyards. Nicola now trying to push down into the forest. There goes the OP. Greyhounds has burned the OP. They've taken complete control of the trenches. 3/4 of the way, Cap. The Stewart is backing off now. Sorry, I got a little bit of stutters there. Didn't mean to. Looks like there was an engagement between the two mediums. P4 is repairing up. Let's take a quick look at the map. I want to see... Yeah, so to say, I would expect there to be some heavies on the map by now. Here comes the heavy pulling up behind the P4. The heavy is up here on top of the high ground. Offensive bombing run from Greyhounds looking to clear out the Stewart. There's the capture. Greyhounds takes control of Siegfried at the 1 hour and 14-minute mark. Stewart is destroyed as well by the bombing run. Significant loss there for Baddies of the North as they're trying to push back up into Siegfried. This is going to become a pretty straightforward fight here. Look at this line. Just straight as an arrow, up and down. OPs and everything. I love it. It's gorgeous. Now all they got to do is take the point back. They are starting to make their way back up into the circle. They have got some guys that are making their way up into the south courtyard down here. Making their way up Hamburger Hill. Papa comes around the corner and gets shredded. Yoshi in anger now slowing down. Fabi gets into position up in the window. Wink goes down to Yoshi. Gigadeath set up in a way that he's looking at the crest of that hill again, but from a different position. Doesn't have as good of a view. He's not catching these guys as well. You can see he's already trying to reposition. He's not seeing them. Greyhound's still pretty strong control of the circle. Satchel goes off, taking a couple of guys from both sides out. Do the bird's eye view. I never do that view, but I know some people like it. Trying to watch these guys trying to make their way into the circle. Here comes Chart pushing his way up. Kale in the bunker. Chart making his way around the backside. Kale hears the footsteps, comes around the corner. Chart comes around and gets taken out by Kale. These reinforcements having a hard time getting into the circle. More spawn-ins down on the south courtyards as bad as the north again, trying to push their way up Hamburger Hill. More satchels going off. These tank engagements are so long range. I don't think either side is even losing tanks. They're so far away that you can just back off and repair. Repair stations are up. Tanks are covering tanks. We're not seeing super heavy tank engagements. Do see a Puma repositioning towards the north. I wonder what he plans on doing. Not a ton going on up here. Does look bad as the north has slipped in a little bit around Scar. More spawn-ins for Greyhounds there, trying to hold on to their sectors. Here comes Terry's squad. Being held up just by Necker alone. Where you going, Terry? Oh, drop a new OP. Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty heavy fighting going on up there by the draw. It's hard to make your way up this hill here. Oh, Necker gets taken out by one of the tanks. Looks like one of the mediums has repositioned himself up behind the bunker up here. And is just blasting away at this infantry down here by this house. He's got a beautiful field of fire along this hill. Lamcolay getting lit up. Back down to the south. It looks like Battle to the north is starting to break up into Siegfried. They've got a little bit of cap pressure going on. They've taken control of the compound above Hamburger Hill. They're on top of the P4. He's trying so hard to blow these guys up. Papa, you can do it. Oh, it's not enough. I think that was his last rocket. He kind of caught the corner of it. Didn't hit it in the sweet spot. Here comes Anger looking to get the satchel. He got it on. He got it on. The P4 is satcheled. Oh, it blew up anyways. I don't quite understand what blew it up there. Ooh, here comes the Greyhound though. Or the Puma, I mean, sorry. Puma drives through, immediately taking up that position. It's not a P4, but it'll do the trick in a pinch. He's just a solo. He's just driving around trying to run people over. Got caught by the tank as he got stuck. So one of them tanks back there got a hold of him. Looks like the 76 got him. As the north has taken control of Hamburger Hill. Greyhound's still holding pretty good in the middle. In the center. I feel like I'm a little stuttery. My ping. 180. Not horrible. I do feel a little stuttery. Must have been too many explosions going on at that exact moment or something. Satchel goes off. Charta just runs right past Sorrow. They kill each other. Nice trade there. Greyhound's trying to push some guys down from the north. Getting stalled up by this squad here by Baddies of the North. Wiping them pretty good. Pretty even exchange, but Greyhound has more troops in the area. Icon now pushing his squad up into position. Clink throwing a rocket in his face, trying to catch Azan. Oh, Azan's body literally falls on the OP. He's definitely going to be able to hear that while he's laying there. As if they probably didn't already know it was there, but... Badges of the North starting to take complete control of the circle. Greyhounds now pushed up deep into the forest. Looks like they're swinging some guys down towards Hamburger Hill. They want to take back control of the position down here in the south. Anger by himself, holding the trench. Gets cleaned out. Taken down by Avox. Greyhounds takes back control of Hamburger Hill. Another spawn in down there just at the base of the hill. Or just at the crest of the hill, just below the crest of the hill. Avox gets taken down as he tries to run around the flank. More infantry pushing in for Greyhounds, trying to hold this position. Almost halfway cap for Baddies of the North now. They've still got pretty good control of the circle. Very difficult for Greyhounds to push down from that high ground as long as the tanks are holding. Here comes the P4 for Greyhounds, trying to lock down the top of Hamburger Hill. Al 9000 right in his face, does get spotted, gets taken down, but rockets are going off into the P4. Artie now coming down on top of Baddies of the North. Greyhounds getting very serious about this position. Looks like the P4 should be able to lock this down for him. Let's head back over to the circle and see what's going on over here. Not as much baddie infantry here anymore. Show gets himself a couple of kills, hiding in the smoke. Might have an OP there. He does indeed have his OP is right there, so he's going to push his way down into the trenches. Ooh. Kaiser almost caught a rocket. I think he dodged it. You got Baddies of the North just launching rockets at fixed positions, trying to clear the infantry out, trying to get these machine gunners to displace. You got Roy Nelson up there just being a pain in the butt up there on top of the hill. Not the best field of fire I've ever seen, but he can catch all these guys coming up this hill if they're not careful. Marsmick also positioned back a little bit, trying to cover this open ground. This is actually a pretty good field of fire here. He's hidden behind this rock a little bit, but he can see right into the trenches. Anybody who pops out from that bunker is under his fire. Beautiful positioning. Looks like Greyhound's now pulling it back. The reinforce about 3/4 of the way done. Real has managed to make it through, so we'll see if he manages to clear any of these spawns out back here. Baddies of the North still has a decent amount of infantry inside the circle. I do hear a tank pushing up below us, one of the 76s. Let's take a quick look at the map, see what's going on with the tanks. 76 back here, still got the medium in the courtyard. The medium up to the north looks like they're repairing up. So 5 tanks on the board for Baddies of the North. We've got a heavy back here for Greyhounds. A medium up at Jacobs just parked. Looks like they're recrewing it right now. Just the 2 tanks. AT guns. Not a ton of tank play going on by Greyhounds at the moment. They did have that P4 up here. Did it get destroyed? It does look like it got destroyed. That P4 did not last long at all. Baddies of the North now pressing their tank advantage. Positioning this 76 where they had the Stewart early on. They've taken complete control of the circle. They've got, excuse me, they've got most of the control here at Hamburger Hill. They don't actually have control of it, but these troops are so locked down into this fight that they can't help anywhere else. Infantry from Greyhounds, reinforcements trying to push into the circle, getting caught by the tank fire across the way. Satchel goes off below us. Long range tank fire coming in. There is the capture at the 1 hour and 3 minute mark. Baddies of the North retake Siegfried Line for a second time. Sorry, takes Siegfried Line for a second time. You guys know what I meant. Baddies of the North now trying to push their way up the hill. They need to get control of these trenches up here. This one, and this one. They need OPs up there if they want to keep Greyhounds from being able to threaten Siegfried. Already starting to push some infantry up through the center. Don't have a firm control over Hamburger Hill yet, though. They still need to have control of that. There's no tanks here. They should be able to push their infantry up. I see Avox pushing up, so I don't think there's any spawns. There's OPs a bit of the ways back. Baddies of the North should be able to take control of this position. Let's shift over to the north for a little bit. We've really been focused down here in the south, so let's take a look at what's going on up here by Scar. Greyhound still has a lot of infantry up here. They're going to need it if Baddies of the North is able to completely control Siegfried. They're definitely going to start shifting their forces up here, but it's one of those things where, like, they need to have control of the forest up here to protect Siegfried, but it's difficult to push into Jacobs from this side. You really want to push into Jacobs from up over here. You want to come up this draw, make your way through the forest up here, because it's either that or you have to go all the way through the radar tower and come around from behind. This whole area right here is wide open. You just can't. It's so difficult to come through that spot. I did see a little bit of cap pressure going on at Siegfried while I was talking about that, but it doesn't look like it was too much of a threat. I do still have the 76 back here. Kale is up close with the squad. Might be able to bring some reinforcements in depending on where his OP is. Does look like it's a bit of a ways back. He might be laying low trying to place a Arresto very close to these guys. Gonna come in the trench on the back side. Finally spots Kale laying in the trench. If you're wondering why it looks so dark on the edges, I do have a filter turned on, so you can see I have one of these in-game filters turned on. I just kind of like them. Adds a little bit of dynamic. Baddies of the North now complete control of Hamburger Hill, but they are being threatened by a tank. Is that a heavy? Yes, it is. Is that a Panther? Right? Or am I thinking HTL? I forget which tournaments are allowing Panthers these days. But they do have a Tiger up here now. I should be able to help them take back control of that position. Still trying to push some guys down the hill from up here on the north side. We got Zolix hiding behind the downed Puma. Decent position. He's got cover on his flank. Can kind of see the trenches pretty good. Just holding, waiting for reinforcements at the moment. Here they come. Here comes Kale trying to make his way back up. But it looks like Greyhounds have lost most of their reinforcements there in the center. I mean, it's just such a hard hill to come up and over when you've got two tanks here shooting at you. This one's shooting at Scar. There is maybe a potential tank battle going on back there. I do see a tank over here for Greyhounds. He is repairing up, so I wonder if he was dueling with that medium. It's there on the hill. Just a solo, I wonder if he lost his crew or if he's really just he might just be soloing. They have a lot of tanks on the field, so you can't dedicate a ton to your tank crews or you lose your presence with your infantry. Back down here in the south, pretty big buildup of Greyhound troops, again trying to swing their way down through Hamburger Hill. Baddies of the North doing a good job of holding on to his position in spite of the tank pressure that they're catching. They are preventing the infantry from being able to push up in here. They've held here for several minutes. They've got infantry. They've got their own infantry made their way up into the trench just to the north of this position. Should be able to threaten that tank here in a second. Greyhounds finally making their way through, but they're getting cleaned up with grenades. Anger still trying to hold on. Nicola comes around the corner, gets taken out by Anger. Precision strike just barely misses the 76. I think he even did some damage to him. Yeah, he did. The 76 lives to fight another day. As of the North now pretty strong control of Siegfried. They've got Greyhounds pushed pretty far back now. There are some gaps in their lines. Pretty big gap right here. Probably being covered from these tanks further back. But it does actually look like Greyhounds has managed to slip a squad into the back lines. Here comes Baby Shark pushing up. Terry heard the shots. Terry's looking the wrong way. Oh, Terry gets shot in the back of the head. The one also gets taken down by Baby Shark, clearing the trenches. Gets taken down by Kerwhip. Where was that OP though? Their OP is further north. Is still kind of technically in the back line. Probably be able to cause some more chaos. They got a couple of squads slipping through. This one's recon. But I think the biggest threat right now is that by having an OP on their backside, they could potentially push some engineers and assaultmen up to these tanks who have, up until now, been completely safe. So, if they play their cards right, they could satchel potentially both of these tanks at the same time. That killed that guy that was standing there. He must have caught a round. I didn't see the round. I just saw the explosion. He is indeed catching some tank rounds from across the way. I can't quite see it. Must be from down here. Looked like it was over there. Anyways, must have caught one from the Tiger. Up and over the hill. Should be able to repair that up. Like I said, they're still safe. Unless this infantry down here is able to get in there, but... yeah, a little bit of cap pressure going on here. Still fighting over Hamburger Hill. Greyhounds with all of their tank pressure down here on the south side. This position is so important. Thank you so much for the follow. This position is so important. Here, Wink made it around. He sees the garrison. I think. I don't know if he can see that. I don't think he can. Hold on, let's go right where he was. I don't hear it. He was so close to that garrison, but I don't think he actually was able to detect it. Grenades going off everywhere. Fred goes down. Infantry pushing up. Anger looking to engage with the P4. There's the first rocket. He gets taken out. These guys have this position completely locked down. Papa now looking to get around on the Tiger. I bet you saw that going differently in your mind. A lot of ATs down here. Yoshi goes down as well, but the tanks are watching. They're having a hard time getting in here. P4 is backing off now as he was damaged. He's going to have to repair. Guys in the north still keeping this south side contested. Shifting up here to the north, there is quite a few Greyhounds still holding these positions. Looks like Baddies of the North is actually pushing out from the circle using that 76 that's right there. Trying to clear out Greyhounds from this little draw right here. There's two draws, one north and one south of Scar. There's one right here and there's one right here. And they're both such important positions when you're moving around this valley. Does look like Baddies of the North has managed to push in. I don't know if they got the spawn or not. It does look like they cleared out most of the spawns. T-Wad and LJ on opposite sides. T-Wad gets him! T-Wad wins the squad leader fight. That was fun. T-Wad's gonna push up towards Kanai. Maybe another squad leader fight. Ooh, he's up on that roof. How do you get up there? Oh, Belgian gate. Does T-Wad spot him up above? No, T-Wad gets taken down by Kanai, who's up on the rooftop. I like it when I see people do stuff like this because it's such a, like one of those positions, you don't look at it. You don't expect someone to be up there because you can't normally get up there. But if you do it right, you can. Does kind of look like Greyhounds has pretty good high ground. They control all the high ground up. Ooh, what's going on way up here? More fighting going on way to the far north. Really, there's probably been a lot going on up here that we haven't seen because we know the fight has been spreading out this far. You don't watch it as much. It's not as likely to directly affect the capture. It's way off in the distance, but it is important. I mean, clearly Greyhound has broken through the flank a few times over here. You can see that I'm actually technically in the red zone right now. That Swift in particular is pretty deep as a squad leader. Listening to footsteps and laying low. Did you have to hear Baby Shark? I can hear him. Oh, Baby Shark got you. Very unfortunate for Swift. Baby Shark now going to push his squad through up there on the north side. Long-range tank fire coming into these guys. I think it's still that medium up on the hill. Back here, yeah. Azan right in front of him by the commander. Will be dropping a garrison right behind Azan. Jesus, all he has to do is turn that way and he'll see it. Does Will be... No, he doesn't see the movement. Azan, I mean, of course he's not going to look that way. There's no real reason to unless somebody shoots at him. But, man, if he was to just turn around, he could easily spot that garrison on that hillside. That's too funny. Shooting across the draw. Looks like he did get a kill, and it cost him. He got found by Will B because of it. And that will save that garrison that he was so close to. It's all right. I mean, as I said, there was no reason for him to turn around and look. Of course, he's going to be looking south. Everything behind him, in theory, should have been clear. He just moved through there, but... Yeah, that's kind of funny when you see things like that from admin cam. 76 still holding this down on the backside of the circle, shooting towards the north, trying to prevent these guys from making it up. They have managed to get some guys back into this draw. Greyhounds still holding on to that position. A little bit of cap pressure. I just saw it flicker for a second. Lots of smokes. Look like they want these tanks out of here. Couple of heavies back here. I don't know what happened to that other P4. Papa choosing to approach the Tiger from, like, the front of it. Gets killed by Doctor. I get it. You want to kind of want to take the most direct route, but your choice of route brought you directly across the path of the driver who's going to see you. Here comes Bendy. Gets caught by the spawn wave behind him. He's just about to make it behind. If he could have got back there and got a squad up, that could have been wonders for them. For maybe destroying that tank. Does look like Bads of the North has managed to make it up to this bunker for the first time this entire match. Down to 48 minutes, too. We're almost to the halfway mark. They finally made it up here. Oh, but then he got killed. Ben's up here as a squad leader, though. He's looking the other way. Does have his OP nearby. Ooh, gets caught by Smagus. All right, back this camera up a little more. Mongo also gets cleaned up. That OP is still there, but I think it's completely compromised from that machine gunner. He's looking the other way, though, so maybe they can get a spawn in. There's the spawn in. Rio looking down the hill. Nobody's spotted him so far. Looks like Smagus is trying to reposition. Yes, he has indeed. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Doesn't have as good of a field of fire as I thought. There's kind of a little bit of a hill there. Actually gets cleaned up. Gets caught by Mongo. Chart making his way up the hill. Gets taken down by Cho. And Greyhounds maintains their control over the hill. Ben crawling his way up. Take a quick look at the map. Things are looking a little thin up in the north. Baddies of the North have made some decent forward progress behind Scar. Threatening the tank that's up there. Looks like they lost their medium that was up on the hill. I'm going to guess they lost that to this P4 down here. Still controlled over here. They do have a recon squad behind them. Not threatening them too much. Just sitting here pinging these tanks. Still tanks doing pretty good for Greyhounds. These tank engagements are so, like, they're just so long range. Like, I can see those tanks. They looked like they were just engaging back here. Oh! I saw that. Sniper just got caught by a tank round. Some nice shooting by, was that Scythe who did that? Ooh, he's catching rounds. He's in danger. I can't even tell where that came from. Back there somewhere. Caught another round. They're up there. I can see one of them there. Looks like the other one is there. Oh, there's somebody. I think they had an AT gun over there, right? I don't know. I'm looking at... There it was. I just saw it through that tree. Tiger right there. They're getting hits on him. He must have pulled back. It's not shooting anymore. He was definitely landing some good hits on that medium Sherman, though. Head down here to the south. Hamburger Hill is just as grindy as ever. These guys right on top of each other, opposite sides of the compound, both sides taking casualties. Actually, it kind of looked like Greyhounds had the better of that exchange just now. Avox up in the house. Hal 9000 just outside of it. It's up to you, Hal. Oh, Avox jumps out the window and takes him out. Shoots him in the back. Oh, and gets anger. He's made it. Sees the garrison. Oh, got taken out by the tank. Or, I think it was actually you. What the hell is your name? Easy? Easy. Got taken out by Easy. Incredibly long-range machine gun fire there. Betty? Betty, not Ben? Okay, okay. Alright. I'll try not to fuck that up. Probably will. As the North taking complete control down here. Finally have control of Hamburger Hill. There's another spawn in. Papa making his way, gets cleaned up. You can see the OP is right there. Anger should maybe be able to see it, but our Martinius coming around the corner. Cleans up Martinius. Artillery coming down on top of that OP. Anger making his way for it. There's another spawn in. He gets one of them. There's Avox. Avox gets cleaned up. And Gibbs gets the OP. Finally, 42 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Badges of the North finally makes the breakthrough down there in the south. Oh, is that another spawn in? Oh, there is another backups. There's another squad down here. They have not completely cleaned this up. Greyhounds should be able to start putting some pressure on down here again if they're careful. Oh, what's going on up at the capture, though? Looks like, yes, Badges of the North has managed to slip a red zone garrison into the back lines. They technically have complete control of the circle here now. Here comes L making his way there. Widow gets a squad leader in a little squad leader fight there. I think I see. I keep looking over and seeing the Betty, not Ben, and I think I see. Okay, yeah, I see why I saw it the way I did. And Badges of the North pretty good control here on the 4th point. Greyhounds pushing their reinforcements up from behind. Managed to slip 2 squad leaders up in here. Yeah, take down Swift. They are stalling it up. There is some cap pressure going on. Supplies coming down for Badges of the North. I don't think they committed enough to this attack, though. Greyhounds is going to clean it up. It's not an unwise choice, especially when you're taking cap pressure over here at Siegfried. Like, you might want to consider pulling some stuff back, actually. It's one of those things where you either need to commit to the attack or you need to pull back and defend. And it looks like they're choosing to pull back and defend. They are pulling this back. Zoo. Zoo managing to get a satchel on the 76 in the point. Just hanging out by it too, making sure that thing goes off. Oh, Wicks jumps out and gets taken down immediately by Zoo. He's going down with the ship. That is a dead 76. Badges of the North still looking pretty strong here, though. Is that, yes, that is occupied Greyhound. Still holding on to the south pretty good. The loss of that 76 is going to take away some of their pressure here on the point, but they've still got full control of the circle, and they've got a Greyhound. So, feeling pretty stable back here. Let's take a look at the map. Badges of the North has consolidated basically between Scar and Siegfried. They pretty much hold all of the blue territory there. There is this one heavy and a couple of squads down here in the south still pressuring Siegfried. They do have a recon squad who has made it through here in the back line. Probably has eyes on that half track. Oh yeah, can definitely see that half track. So I don't know, I would expect it to get satcheled or something eventually. Maybe even a precision strike. It's hard to say. Yeah, Badges of the North has complete control of Hamburger Hill. Still a couple of squads pressuring him. Where did this Tiger go? Looks like he's repositioned north a little bit. No, he backed off. There's another tank here. That's a Panther. Yeah, Greyhounds just feel like they've just been pushed back. They have managed to clean up Jacobs. They did find this garrison back here. There's still a recon squad back there, though. All it takes is one supply drop that gets missed, and they can get another backline garrison up. Supplies coming down for Greyhounds right there. Looking like they want to get another garrison up there. There is some forces for Greyhounds now starting to swing around Scar. I do see a handful of baddies heading up this way. They were mostly consolidated about around Scar and south of Scar, but they're starting to swing a couple squads up here to the north. You got HGK is up here. I just saw one else here. Mr. Krabs heading that way. There is some cap pressure going on at Siegfried, though, so let's head back over to Siegfried and see what's going on down there. It doesn't seem like it's too much of a threat. There just isn't really anything in the circle. I don't even think this Greyhound is in. Yeah, the Greyhound's not in the circle, and I'm pretty sure he's stuck. Where's my... There it is. Yeah, he's still in there. Yeah, baddies in the north looking pretty strong down here in the south. Still being threatened by these tanks, but... I mean, they just need like a single callback. Handful of infantry inside the circle, they'll be fine. There is a gap right here in the center of their lines, though. Like, this is dangerous right here. Now, there's bears just spawned in right there, and hopefully he can bring some more boys in. Bot Yuri headed that way as well, but there is a big gap in the line right here. And there is a lot of infantry from Greyhounds ready to fill that gap. Giggity. There's some more spawn-ins for baddies in the north. Starting to pull this back. 36 minutes left on the clock. We're really starting to get down there now. You can see the tanks are shooting long range from behind us still. These long-range tank engagements. 3 tanks now built up for Greyhounds. I see a medium pushing this way for baddies in the north. Oh, I like this. I like this position. He's actually positioned himself in a way that he can help these guys push up into this bunker. Satchel goes off on the bunker. A couple of squads up here helping to push this as well. Roy Nelson up into the bunker with the machine gun. Probably get blasted by this medium. We'll see if this medium gets caught by this P4, though. I don't know. Depends on how aggressive they want to get with this P4. See, they could come around this corner and catch some flank shots into that medium Sherman, but those high ground tanks over there might be watching for exactly that. He pulled up, but he doesn't quite see it. I don't think the medium Sherman can quite see him either. Now looking across that way. Kind of like his decision to back down below the crest of the hill. I don't think he even knows that P4 is there, but P4 is backing off as well. Chart up into the trenches. Kind of looked like he stepped on a mine and killed them both. It really kind of looked like he stepped on a mine and just killed them both. Things looking nice and stable down here in the south now. 76 has made its way up into the circle to support this Greyhound. Quite a bit of infantry for Greyhounds here still. But having a hard time getting across those supplies. It's like... Commander trying to lift backup supplies back here. Yeah. Never even lost this garrison, but Azan actually making his way. Got a hold of Bot Yuri here. Making his way through the forest. I wonder if he's trying to get on the garrison up here so that they could break through Hamburger Hill. If he could get rid of this garrison, they could push. That would be a huge advantage for Greyhounds for them to take that garrison. They should know right where it is. Oh, Papa goes down. Bot Yuri Cleans them. They traded. Bot Yuri saves the garrison. Oh, the 76 is pulled all the way up to the top of the hill now. He's dueling it out with one of the Tiger. Is that the Panther? Yes, that's the Panther. Uh-oh. He didn't get a satchel. Did he get a satchel on this? I don't think he did. I think they're going for the garrison instead. Don't quite make it to it. Precision strike. Oh, it was for the half track. Alright, so they did indeed precision strike the half track. That's not a huge surprise. Bombing run clearing everything. That was a nice looking bombing run. There is still quite a bit of infantry here for baddies to the north, so they should be able to hold on to this. The 76 can back his way down the hill. Might want to consider doing just that. The infantry's still holding up there on the hill for baddies to the north, so he's clear to back himself off. Massive infantry fight going on up here to the north. This medium Sherman here being incredibly threatened. I don't know where that P4 went. I think he's actually back there. No, that's a truck. I don't know what happened to that P4. He might have pulled out and engaged. I don't see him on the map anymore, so I think there was a fight going on up here at that same time. It's pretty heavy here. Baddies of the North still trying to hang on to this hillside. Several squad leaders pushing up from behind from Greyhounds. Greyhounds starting to really get up on Siegfried. There goes the medium Sherman for Baddies of the North. Greyhounds now breaking through up here on the north side. Kale again getting all the way up into the trenches. Gets cleaned up by Gibbs. He does have an OP here, though. There's the spawn in. Wink coming around the corner. Does also get cleaned up by Gibbs. Robert gets taken down, but Martinez also gets cleaned up by Gibbs. Who's making his way up the trench? There should be a spawn any second. Gets it before the spawn. Gibbs cleans up the threat with a beautiful push. Here comes Frosty Dwarf coming around from behind. Greyhounds all up in it now. Getting right on top of these guys. This 76 becoming so vital for Baddies of the North. Under no circumstances can they lose this 76 right now. Fortunately, they're not under any kind of threat from a precision strike or bombing run or anything like that. That stuff was all just used, so they've got at least a good probably 6 or 7 minutes yet before any kind of threats from that. Greyhounds breaking into Hamburger Hill again. Zahn and Anger right on top of each other. Zahn coming around the corner, gets Anger. He's on the garrison. Garrison destroyed. He does get cleaned up. There is still supplies here. Satchel goes off. Papa Squad should be able to push up there and get a new garrison up pretty quickly. Supplies are still there. Yoshi locking down this house by himself, hiding in the corner. Gets Wink. Gets taken down by Real. Greyhounds now in control of Hamburger Hill. Easy gets Avox. Greyhounds pressuring the front door incredibly hard. 28 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Greyhounds getting very aggressive. Bot Yuri replaces the garrison. They're trying to push infantry back up Hamburger Hill. They want to retake that position so that they can push into these trenches. If they could take back control of Hamburger Hill, then they can just push into the other side of this trench and clear these guys out from behind. What did he just take down? Was there? It might have been a... It wasn't a garrison. I don't know what he just took down. Supplies or something. But oh, Gibbs and Papa coming from behind. Papa takes down Kaiser. Badges of the North clean up the trench and retake the position. The infantry from Greyhounds still trying to push down the hill, but they're taking a lot of casualties. Badges of the North pushing up and taking up position. Starting to clean this up. Starting to box out the sector. Starting to just move, they're spreading out in these trenches, taking up shooting positions and preventing Greyhounds from pushing down the hill anymore. They've got that long-range tank fire still coming across. I think this is still that first medium from the beginning of the game. They've had it this whole time, just keeping it alive. Greyhounds has made some progress here at Siegfried, or at Scar. They are being flanked a little bit by Terry's squad up here on the north side. Tasboulay gets himself a kill there on Dr. Doof. Terry pushing across behind Tasboulay in the bunker. He's going to look up that way and spot Terry immediately. Chalk's coming around the backside. Might be able to find the spawn if he's careful. Negative gets taken out by Dobby, who's protecting the AT gun up there. Greyhound's getting very close to this garrison up here on the north side. Looking pretty good for Greyhounds up here on the north side. Let's swing back down real quick. But yeah, Greyhounds still completely in control of Hamburger Hill. I'm going to guess they took that. No, that garrison's still there. Here comes Fabi trying to get up on it. All right, that garrison, it's a little further back this time, a little more protected. Oh, Fabi gets the kill. Anger making his way around. Look at all that infantry coming in from Greyhounds. Anger about to run up in it. Oh, instantly gets his rifle back out. Takes out Martinius. Fabi making his way to the garrison, though. No spawns on the garrison. That's a garrison destroyed. There is a spawn. He gets the OP as well. Bot Yuri survives. Should be able to get his OP back up, but that loss of that garrison's kind of a big deal, especially when there's cap pressure being put on. Real and Azan trying to swing down the hill and clear these guys out. Bot Yuri gets one of the kills. Again, I think he got his OP back up in time. He did indeed, but there goes Azan coming around from the backside. Azan cleans him up. There's the OP right there, but Azan gets cleaned up before he can take it down. More infantry pushing down from Greyhounds, trying to get these guys out of here. They've got both their tanks are right here, and I think this one's catching fire from... Yeah, he's catching fire from across the way on the hill. I don't know if he's going to be able to back off. He isn't moving. And there goes the God damn it. The heavy. There goes the heavy. The word just completely disappeared from my brain. The not tiger. God damn it. Never felt so dumb in my entire life. I swear to God, the harder I try to think of it, the less I can think of what the hell it's called. My brain keeps wanting to call it. It's a panther. For fuck's sake. It's a panther. The panther gets destroyed. Whew. Greyhounds pushing back. Greyhounds pushing back up across Hamburg Hill. Still trying to push Baddies of the North out of here. Baddies of the North still hanging on. Hell 9000 pushing his squad back up in here, trying to hold on to the hillside. They do not want to let Greyhounds push down here and clear these guys out. About a third of the way captured here. Here comes the 76 pushing up. Might be able to engage this tiger at the top of the hill. There's some infantry making their way. Lots of infantry here. This 76 is so exposed. What is he doing? He is kind of forcing that tiger to back off, but here comes Zoo. He's in the smoke and everything. Oh, he got saved. Somebody managed to clean him up before he could get on the tank. That was close. So close to losing that 76. Doing a good job of stopping this infantry pushing down the hill. Some of these guys are making their way down. Fabi managed to clean up one of the OPs down here. Will B did get another half-track down here. He's engaging with Fabi as we speak. I don't think there's any OPs or nothing. No, just end squad. It's up to the commander and the commander alone to keep this half-track alive and to keep this forest clear. Oh, he does it too. He cleans up Fabi. Will be for the win. Satchel's going off. Tank rounds going off. Explosions everywhere. Hamburger Hill is insanity. Let's shift up to the north because it does look like a lot of the pressure is coming from this direction. Does Greyhounds have pushed a number of guys down from this trench system up here in the north? They still got a P4 up there that's shooting down from the top of the hill. Let's take a look at where the tanks are. The tanks are still really far back. 4 bad to the north. The 76 can completely pull into the circle at any time, though, so it's still pretty safe. 21 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Guys in the north pulling us back. Let's take a look at the map overall. I want to see if there's anybody. So you got HCA. Looks like he might slip through up here on the north side. I think. Oh, no, he got a kill off that garrison. He has eyes on that garrison up there, so. Fight is spreading out up there. Hippie has kind of managed to slip through as a recon. Not terribly far, but if careful, might be able to get into these guys' backlines, clean out some of these OPs. Marsmick right there above him. Marsmick, do you see him? It's right there. Oh, you heard that, right? You didn't... Marsmick! Okay, got him. Baddies in the north have managed to make their way up to this bunker. If they can clear this out, this will be a huge gain for protecting their flank. The one up here by himself. There's the spawn in. They managed to clean him up before he gets on top of the OP. He was so close to popping it. Down here on the south side, Hamburger Hill has been retaken yet again. Here goes the 76 pushing up. There is some rounds going into the Tiger. That Tiger is hurt. Now is this 76's perfect opportunity to pull up and clean up this Tiger. As long as he doesn't get too many ricochets, he is going to be going for some somewhat direct shots here. Misses. Catches a round. There goes the return fire. But the Tiger's going to get the first shot. He's looking to catch a ricochet. And there's the next shot. Oh, but he doesn't get him. The Tiger's going to get the next shot. Dude, you might want to get that 76 out of there or repair or something. I don't know what Clock was trying to do there. He just jumped out and just charged the Tiger with his pistol. Oh, very unfortunate for that 76. I thought that was a gimme. That Tiger was hurt when he backed off. Infantry now pushing up for Greyhounds, looking to take back the top of Hamburger Hill. Anger again gets AVOX. Some heavy fighting going on here. There goes the repair station for the Tiger. Tiger pushing up now, trying to help these guys with this infantry. Again, looks like there's a pretty big push going on up here on the north side, too. Guys trying to push their infantry down from that bunker system. 3FM goes down. Here's Ben. Now this is actually Ben, right? So there's Ben and then there's Beatty. Where is Beatty? There's some casualties going on below us. Terry very close to something here in the center. Ooh, Terry gets cleaned up by the caster's curse. I flew over here to watch. Does look like HGK did get that garrison up here to the far north. Being completely ignored. HGK, like, there's nobody here. Look at this. Look at this squad leader going for, like, the longest flank. He's going to come up, like, up here on ruins or something. Or maybe even all the way down here. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes all the way down here. But, yeah, HGK should be able to just run up here into the forest somewhere and get an OP up north of Jacobs. Let's head back down to the south. There was quite a bit cap pressure going on just now. Here comes a bombing run with all this cap pressure on. It's gonna clean up like all of this infantry. Run, Bears! No, he got taken down. What a perfect bombing run. Just cleaned all of these guys up. About half cap now here at Siegfried Line. 16 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, and Baddies of the North is beginning to lose the center point. They could really use another tank up here or something now. They've been using that tank to anchor this position for so long that once they lost it... Let's take a look at the map. They do have a medium that looks like he's kind of maybe heading this way. I think he's going to cross right here and just push his way straight in. Lots of infantry in here for Greyhounds, though. They've managed to get up into the trenches. There you were, Beatty, I saw you. Sorrow gets Mongo. Baddies of the North is almost completely pushed out of here. They're stalling it up. The reinforce about a quarter of the way done. Here comes the counter bombing run. Where is it? Going across the trench up there. Managed to clean several guys up. They are beginning to pull this back. Strafing run goes across. Massive spawn in there. There is a garrison there on the north side. You can see it right there. Just barely see it. Baddies of the North has managed to pull this back. 15 minutes left on the clock. Don't want to get too aggressive at this point, but they do have a couple squad leaders in the back line. Widow now making his way up the trench from the backside. Should have an OP back here somewhere. He's right on top of these guys. There goes one of their attack OPs. Oh, he gets cleaned up. He was making his way straight towards it. Did he get an OP back here? He didn't. Swift on top of a garrison back here. He's going to find that garrison. He's got guys running his way, but I don't think they're going to find him in time. Yeah. Oh, they got him, but he got the garrison. That's really going to help out with this defense. They need that kind of pressure taken off right now. They really need Greyhounds to not have spawns. It would have been very advantageous for them if Widow could have gotten his OP up. Might have been on cooldown or something. Could have just been in the heat of the moment, too. You know, sometimes you work your way to a position like that, and logic goes out the window. Your only thought is, please don't see me. Oh, Papa engaging with Azan. Catches him as he tries to jump into the trench. The P4 turning his gun that way. There's one hit into the P4. Here comes Gibbs around the back side. Catches Frosty Dwarf as he's trying to make his way back to the tank. What's Gibbs doing back there? There is a garrison back there. Okay, he's trying to get shots on. Oh, he catches AVOX. Tiger assures that he does not survive, though. But these tanks struggling down here on the south side with these ATs. These guys just putting all kinds of pressure on them. Up here on the north side, Greyhounds just managed to slip a couple guys through. Here comes one of the tanks from Baddies of the North, though. I hear several tanks pushing up for Baddies of the North. 12 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. It looks like they want to secure this airhead coming down. I'm going to assume that this is a defensive airhead from Baddies of the North. I can find out by getting close to it. No, that is a Greyhounds. That's a Greyhounds airhead. Gets cleaned up by the grenade. I think it was Beatty who got it. Still quite a few Greyhound infantrymen making their way up into the trenches, though. They got a couple of OPs back there. Or just one OP. Just one OP, but they're coming off of it. Icon making his way up into the trench. Goes for the OP. Where's the OP? Did he get it? He must have got it already. Artie smoke's coming down now. Oh, look at this down here on the south side. Hamburger Hill living up to its name right now. As Greyhounds trying to shove half their team into it. Anger coming around the corner, trying to get up on this P4. Gets taken out by the Tiger. Free the chicken, runs into Nicola. I hear a precision strike. A swing and a miss at the 76 back there. From the precision strike. Satchel goes off on the house. Greyhound's getting really aggressive, trying to keep this pressure on. Baddies of the North now with 2 tanks up in the zone. They're technically in the circle. I don't think this one counts as being in the circle, but having 2 tanks right up in here really secures this position for them. Now there is an AT gun up here on top of the hill, trying to support this Tiger. Kaiser up here soloing it. I wonder if he's shooting at this medium. No, looks like he's going to try and catch you over here. No, he's shooting here. He's shooting at this one. Oh! And Kaiser goes down. Oh, and there goes the P4 as well. I think Chalks just got it with a rocket. Another round going into the Tiger. The Tiger's going to have to back off. Nice couple of plays there by Baddies of the North. 9 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Look out, Beatty. Uh-oh. Beatty. No. Oh, his on goes down. The one that... Oh, I just saw a satchel, too. They got the ground satchel there for some reason. Chart should probably go take his satchel down. I think that's what he's going to do. Yes, he is. Avox swinging around as a squad leader. Don't shoot him, Avox. Don't do it. Just keep going. Why would you stop, man? Go get your OP up down in those trees. That's what you should be doing. That's exactly what you guys need. Did Anger see you? You're going to shoot at Anger. He does get Anger and Hell 9000. I'm gonna get this OP because of it though, so not horrible, but now they know he's there. They know that somebody made it through. He could have gone and got his OP up and then brought in a couple guys. Would have been a lot harder for Baddies of the North to dig you out of those trees. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I've said it. If I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Papa cleans him up after he gets the garrison. Plenty of supplies down here. Looks like Bot Yuri's gonna push down there and get that garrison back up. He did not place his OP in the trees, so all that pressure has been taken away. Baddies of the North looking pretty secure now. 8 minutes left on the clock. Greyhounds trying to consolidate, trying to figure out where they want to push next. Several squad leaders just spawned in on that garrison right there. Looks like they're just bum rushing the point as hard as they can, as they should be. They need to get that pressure on. Swift still in the back line, though. It looks like he's actually just going to make his way down here and hit these guys from the rear. Widow as well. They're just, the name of the game right now is hold the middle point, I think. Widow pushing that way, just caught some fire, gets shot in the back by the commander after Unk spotted him. Tiger still holding this position around the backside of this hill. He can't push up, he catches too much tank fire. Under 7 minutes now. Things looking pretty secure for Baddies of the North. Where are the tanks now? Let's take a look at what's going on for the tanks. So Greyhounds has 1 light tank around on the backside, 2 heavies and a medium coming up. My guess is that as soon as that medium gets up to the lines, they're going to push with everything they have. It's about their last-ditch effort to take this. They just throw everything they've got into it. I think their bombing run might be back up now. Not 100% sure on that, but it could be back up by now. They don't have a lot of time left, though. They've got 4 minutes to get this attack going. Baddies of the North still looking pretty secure. They've managed to slip so many guys through. All kinds of pressure going on here in the back line now. Baddies of the North now starting to push their guys up from behind. Clearing out these spawns. Bears has made his way up into the trenches now. Greyhounds starting to be picked apart. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. There's even some cap pressure going on at the 4th point now. The 1 making his way up the hill. Yeah, it's like spread out a little bit just because of the way that Baddies of the North is infiltrating. So Greyhounds now just absolutely struggling to get the pressure that they need going while also holding on to Jacobs. Does look like a lot of their pressure is focused down there on the south side, but there's a lot of guys pushing up for Baddies of the North. Oh, nice shooting. I'm not even sure which tank got you. Nice shot, though. It came from further back. Kind of seemed like it was one of you guys back here. Either way, beautiful shot. Takes out one of the tanks from Greyhounds. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Greyhounds now starting to get a buildup going on in the center. Should just have your arty smoke the whole trench system and then just force your guys down the hill. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Just take everything you have and shove it forward as hard as you can. You're starting to lose the 4th point, though, so there's actually cap pressure going on at Jacobs. I don't think there's much going on back here. Let's take a look. Just a couple of guys getting into the zone. None of them are that close to the circle. The 1 may be kind of getting close to the circle. They are getting the cap pressure going, though. Forcing Greyhounds to have to send some guys back here. Necker spawns into the circle. He's enough to start bringing it back. The 1 now makes it into the circle. It's dead even contested here on the 4th point. Can Baddies of the North take Jacob's Barn before the match ends? I highly doubt they'll commit to it in any way, but there is several squad leaders over here. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock now. HCA goes down. Dr. Doof makes it into the trench. Gets Tasboulay before being cleaned out by Nike Job. Nike Job. Ooh. Oh, LJT, I didn't even see you there. Yeah, things looking pretty stable over here. Greyhounds should be just fine. Let's head back over to Siegfried. Got about 25 seconds left for Greyhounds to get this cap going. Not looking too good for him. Strafe and run goes through for the Americans, cleaning some of this infantry out. Hamburger Hill still being contested. Looks like the Tiger has pulled forward just a touch, but he's hurt. Fred goes down to the 76. There's another spawn in down here. I hear a bombing run, but we are under the 2-minute mark. Both teams bombing runs right now. There's the Baddies of the North bombing runs. Gonna get a bunch of infantry. It's gonna clean the crew out of the tank. That was a good bombing run. The counter bombing run's also probably gonna be pretty good, but we'll see. A lot of Baddies of the North infantry actually just vacated that area. Have moved forward. So the counter bombing run from Greyhounds actually might get Robert. Gets Robert. Sorry, Robert. Oh, the 76 pulled forward and got the Tiger. Nice play. Nice play by Wicks and Molly and Clock. Pappy trying to hold down the house. Comes around the corner. Takes some shots. Misses. Gets them both. Nice shooting by Pappy. Now up in the window trying to hold this down. There goes the medium. Where'd the 76 go? Hey, these guys just pushing all up in here. Why not? Somebody, Will, come on. Will B and Marvin. I want to watch you guys knife fight. I should have done. I should have flown over here and started coordinating the tanks to drive over to Marvin and park next to him so he can't move. And then Will B could have gone over there and fought him. That'd have been funny. Maybe next time. Maybe one of these days during a scrim, I'll try to get something goofy like that to happen. That'd be funny. Oh, Gibbs and Papa engaged. Got a couple of kills there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! There you have it. Congratulations to Baddies of the North for your victory. Let's go ahead and take a look at some combat scores. Clink with a 1210, 1531. No, 1531 from Data. Dr. Doof, 1336. 1442 from Wicks. The tanks always do good. Chalks, 1123, 1191. Falk. Let's take a look over here. 1367 from Nicola. 1343 from Baby Shark. 1219 Azan. Looking really good, guys. 1096 Necker. Looking really good. All right. Well, thank you, everybody who watched. Man, I really appreciate it. That was a fantastic match. It was really close. I mean, that middle point went back and forth. The tank engagements are so long range that you don't get that same, like, whoever wins the tank engagement wins the fight type of deal. It's more of like tanks are supporting the infantry, and it's just infantry fights, man. It's great. I love it when it happens like that. Hurtgen Forest is a fun map to me, but yeah, pretty balanced, pretty fun. I'm going to go ahead and shut her down there. I have another cast later tonight, 360 versus 7DL. So for those of you who feel like tuning in for that, I will catch you later. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn.